What's up, guys? This is Rob from Ungeek, and I'm with...
Colin, what's up?
Alright, so Tokyo Game Show is just about done. Well, it did wrap up already. We're already in post-TGS 2019 mode, and right now, we're still hyping about everything that went down with Square Enix, specifically with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Wow, did they have a showing this year.
Oh my god.
So, just to like enumerate the things that they did, and they spread this over like a number of days. First, there was a TGS trailer.
Okay.
Which we started, okay, so they're gonna come out to that, that's
Yeah.
great. And then, on the next day, they showed us the tutorial for the game. I was in that session.
Oh.
Colin was able to play the demo.
The demo, yeah.
And then, they told us about the first class release details.
Dude, my mind just went like haywire after that.
And then, at the very last minute, they show us new gameplay, which shows the apps boss. For those of you who are not entirely familiar with that, that's the boss that happens right after Don Corneo. And it's so much.
I know. It's like Final Fantasy weekend.
And after the, actually, just before this video, I showed Colin like this video detailing all of the small things.
Dude, I missed so much. Like, if you blink, you'll miss so much info.
It's almost like a Marvel trailer.
I know, like you have to pause every second. It's crazy.
There was so much interest by the crowd. We
Okay.
saw this when people were going in, people were rushing
Yeah.
towards both the Square Enix and the PlayStation booth, which both had
yeah.
the demo for that. Alright, so let's talk about it in detail. First of all, finally we were able to play the E3 demo trailer, the E3
Yeah.
demo. And how was your experience? Before I go into what I did.
Alright, so my experience on my end, I actually played it in Japanese. They did not switch the language for me.
Fair. I played it in English.
Which is
okay.
kind of fine because honestly, my first experience with Final Fantasy was playing it in Japanese. I know, I'm crazy.
Okay.
This is what I have to say about it. Even if I don't understand the language,
Right.
with what I'm seeing, right? The controls are super intuitive.
Right.
I got to pick it up really, really quickly.
Alright, so tell me about that. How did you specifically find the non-turn-based-ish kind of
Okay, initially
deal?
I was a little bit hesitant when I first saw like the news about it. I was like, is this going to be Final Fantasy 15 all over again? And honestly, the marriage of the action RPG with a turn-based was, I don't know how they were able to how they managed to balance it out, but it works so well. Like there's like a bullet time when you have to, choose between what actions you want to do. But
Right.
then if you want to go and hack and slash, you can easily go hack and slash.
I have been very vocal about my hatred for FF15.
Yes, you did.
And the thing is, this was entirely my doubts for FF7 Remake because they did sort of incorporate that. My prime complaints would be that it could possibly be not switching often. You might end up just playing one character. But this seemed to really, really solve it. I'll go into it more when we start sharing our thoughts. But then, just as part of the rundown, they did show us a new gameplay.
Oh yeah.
And with the new gameplay, they showed, so like you said, they have that bullet time-ish
Yeah.
kind of. You also, I'm not sure if you noticed, they
I'm
have
sure I did not.
Punisher mode. Each character apparently has unique modes. To them.
Yeah. You told me about it. I was like, what? Because I was watching
Japanese.
everything. I was playing everything in Japanese. So
So in addition to the normal square to attack, circle to pick,
Yeah.
your ATB
Yeah.
actions, you also now have modes per character. Cloud can go from Punisher to Operator mode. Operator mode would be your norm. Punisher would sort of let you deal more damage.
is this like a berserker mode?
No, not exactly, but more of he hits slower, but harder.
Oh,
And you
okay.
can apparently notice it with his sword slashes.
Alright.
The animation, I think, is a bit different.
Wow.
With Barrett, he does have charge attacks now.
Oh,
so
cool.
I forgot the name of his unique mode, but
Okay.
it would act like a shotgun.
All right.
And I'm guessing that as the characters get introduced more and more,
Yeah.
each one would have.
Whoa.
Alright, so now, I mean, by now, you probably have seen all of the new trailers,
Yep.
all of the new things. Now we're gonna share our thoughts. First of all, I discussed this in the article that I wrote for the first impressions. You can check that out on our site. I do think that there is a role-based party meta this time.
Okay. Role-based party meta.
Right,
That's
because
very
before, I think that people just chose their party members out of aesthetic or whoever they wanted to deal with.
because of the materia system.
Right.
Right.
So everyone basically would just be a skin. The
yeah.
real character would be the materia build.
Hey, you can't say that to my best waifu.
And who is? Barrett?
Yuffie.
Is Barrett the best waifu?
Or Red. Red is my best
Red
waifu.
is the best
Come
waifu.
on.
Okay, but that's the thing. But now there is an emphasis on ranged units. There is an emphasis on what melee units can do, what range units can do. Now I think rather than just picking, who I want in my party, I always chose either Eris and Tifa.
Yeah.
Now
That's pretty much your default, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think everyone will start to just figure out, okay, I need someone for range, I need someone for melee.
Right.
Maybe there's an added dynamic with spellcasters.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh, I mean, particularly because, I mean, the game isn't much turn-based anymore, and like distance going into
Right.
the enemy now takes a huge factor as well. So like if they are on like a ceiling or whatever, you need someone who's range who
Right.
can actually hit it.
Oh, quick note on that. About the turn-based thing. Apparently, for those of you who are really, really annoyed the fact that it's an action RPG now,
Right.
apparently there is a turn-based quote-unquote mechanic now
Uh-huh.
wherein I think the characters will start fighting for you, and all you do as their ATB gauges go up is just press circle.
Okay.
So it sort of simulates the turn-based
Right,
system,
right.
but not exactly. But I
Yeah.
guess it's a good middle ground for
Yeah.
people there. So that's what I think might be the case for the role-based party meta. Now with the new trailer, I think we were able to see more fleshed out characters, both new and old. I noticed this primarily with Jessie flirting a lot with Cloud. I noticed that a lot of them had more speaking lines.
Of course.
And now I'll let you lead the discussion for this. There is a new character.
Yes, apparently there is a new character, and actually I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out.
Right.
It's one sequence in the new trailer, right, wherein they are being chased by in a motorcycle.
In a
and-
motorcycle scene that didn't exist in the original
Exactly.
game.
I totally remember that scene, and I can't remember that Avalanche was there.
Right.
And now they're being chased, and then there's this soldier guy who pops in.
Right.
And we don't know if it's like just a soldier or soldier.
Apparently, according to some people,
Yeah.
the insignia on his sword signifies that he is
Alright.
from Soldier,
Alright.
supposedly.
So actually, that makes it more interesting. Now.
Right. It gives a dynamic to Cloud that maybe it proves that, oh, look, he's actually who he says he is if
Yeah.
he beats this former soldier member.
Yeah.
Or maybe this puts a little bit more nuance to the entire Zack and
Yeah.
Jill.
I think they had so much stories about Final Fantasy VII at this point that they can somewhat like round everything accordingly. Right?
Exactly. And the thing is, this is something that they've been showing in their trailers, hinted at. Actually, not everyone was able to catch it, but for the very observant, and I'm sure Reddit has been going crazy on it, you are seeing that even though the first installment of the Final Fantasy VII Remake is just strictly in Midgard, it seems that we're not just getting hyped up, a souped up version of the original.
Right.
They have it as, okay, so we have Final Fantasy VII here, what OG, and then we're going to build more and more and more on it, making the Midgard experience rich. It'll have new dynamics to it,
Yeah.
new stories possibly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
I'm
then,
actually just quite excited to see like a souped up Midgard. you
right,
know?
exactly, and to explore various areas.
Yeah. And music. Jeez.
Exactly. The remixes of the music
Oh,
were
it's
very,
so good.
very
It's
nice.
so good.
What do you think of the summons? You mentioned this.
Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, I love it. It's weird. It has a new system now.
Right.
The summon has a new system, right? It sort of feels like Final Fantasy 13-ish in a way.
Okay.
Wherein the summon actually stays and fights for you. It was explained actually in the 48-minute gameplay that was released during TGS as well. That the summons has this bar of sorts.
Right.
Has like certain skills as well that you can use, and then at the end of that, they'll perform a major attack.
Okay. I will say though, I wasn't a fan.
Really?
It's a fear because it hasn't been confirmed on exactly how their dynamic will work. But I hated that mechanic of 12. I think it was 12, the one with Van and
Yeah, that's all.
And the thing is, you would have your summons out.
Yeah.
And the way they would work is that they're there, but to perform their special attack, they would have to have this one condition. They would have to be near death, or they would have to, like for example, 10, they would have to build their overdrive.
Okay.
A little, it's fine, but
Yeah.
maybe it's just me being an oldie about it, but I kind of like them as just more powerful magic.
Okay, so here's also an interesting part about summons. Well, since we're talking about it, right? It said that each character has one specific summon. It's not a materia anymore.
Is it? No, I think. And here's the thing. I'm not sure about this also. I'll have to double check. But it's either that or it's that one character can only carry one
summon.
materia.
All right.
I'm
that
not-
kind of makes more sense, though.
Well, I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's the thing. Yeah, there's so much going on with Final Fantasy. March 2020 can't come quickly enough. What are you looking forward to the most?
Honestly, the first class edition,
Right.
the collector's edition, that massive.
Tell me, you had some details about that made it interesting.
Well, okay, in the first class edition, which is basically the collector's edition for Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? It comes with the Hardy Daytona motorcycle, which Cloud uses in the game. And it's very interesting because the price actually is very expensive. Like a Player's Sky, a toy would cost anywhere from 3, 4, 5,000 pesos. This one though, the whole kit is 19 grand.
Wow.
19
That's
grand.
amazingly expensive.
Here's the thing, people are going to say, you know what? It's totally not worth it. I would beg to disagree because the Advent Children one costs exactly the same and you have no game, no, other stuff. Like there's a mini soundtrack as well, an art book.
You have in-game stuff.
In-game stuff as well, yeah. So, I mean, like, honestly, this is sort of a deal.
All right. So yeah, I think for all of this Final Fantasy talk, we can't wait for more details to arrive.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's just like looking for what's that next little tease that they'll come out with. And I think we'll hopefully get a little bit more by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there will be more, hopefully, in Taipei Game Show.
I'm hoping.
Especially since that's just months before
I know,
the
they
release.
should be there.
All right. So I will wrap up the discussion there. Thank you so much for everyone who's been who watched this video, who have been keeping tabs on everything we've been releasing for Tokyo Game Show.
Thank you so much.
Please like, share, subscribe this video. It really does help out a lot. Ring that bell icon for goodness. And by the way, we do have a nice little giveaway. For those of you who are familiar with what we do every Tokyo Game Show.
Yes.
We give away some of the nice little stuff we have
Swags.
here. Yeah, so thanks again to our sponsors.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much for Asus and for Seagate.
All right. That's all the time we have. Thank you once again for joining us. Until next time, boys and girls.
Keep on gaming.
Keep on gaming.